Today, I'm going to be answering a question that was submitted to us by, it looks like, anonymous. I don't have a name that goes with this. And their question goes like this. You mentioned your family earlier. Was your writing inspired by your family or real life incidents? Well, first of all, I'm not really sure what conversation you're referring to. But was my writing inspired by my family or real life incidents? I would have to say yes, of course it was. For instance, Towards Understanding, that book in particular is a collection of poetry, 125 poems, and that shares my journey of, recovery from an abusive childhood, neglect, then discovering that my life has value. So it ends on a positive note that I could make a difference, that my life has value, that this gave me purpose. And so it's a story told through poetry in chronological order, showing the journey of that recovery through to the more positive closing of the book. Now, the trilogy that we're currently working on, like right now. It is supposed to be released this summer, 2023. Hopefully, we can meet that deadline. The trilogy that we're currently working on is actually a collection of Dave's late father's poetry. So this is like his short stories, his photo collection, his family memoirs, his poetry. Uh, that series is definitely influenced by family. Some of the recipes that we shared in our cookbook, From One Small Garden, over 300 delicious, nutritious recipes. You can find that on Amazon. Those Some of those recipes were actually contributed from late family members, people who have passed on that were great friends of ours, over the decades. And of course, we converted those recipes. Like, these are our favorite dishes that they produced, that they served us, that we enjoyed at their table. And then, having inherited or received those recipes, we then altered them, making them healthier, more nutritious, using, locally produced fruits, vegetables, herbs, that kind of stuff. Um, so those were included in the cookbook. And yes, obviously influenced by family and friends around us. Um, a couple of decades ago, when I was working as a staff writer for one of these publications that I was working for, I did a special where I interviewed my mother and my stepfather, two different occasions, about their amazing life experiences, and those were published in the magazine that I was working for. My mom became a master gardener, a master composter, and she played a huge role in my education, my understanding, my knowledge that I currently have. The hands-on education that she gave me while she was becoming that master gardener. Now, everyone that I'm speaking about no longer on this planet in physical form. And so it is our way of honoring them by taking those elements of influences and producing them in our various works, whether it's here on this channel, we'll be having a gardening channel coming up soon, or whether it is going, through our books or our blog or whatever, various positions that we've worked at. We've always found ways of honoring our ancestors and, immediate family members, and showing how they're playing a role in making the world a better place as well. So, that's always been a joy for us, like a goal and a joy for us to do. Um, the garden book, which I know all of you are looking forward to, we've been working on this backyard garden guidebook. It will kind of act like a sister to the cookbook, From One Small Garden, over 300 delicious, nutritious recipes. The garden book is going to be title will be something along the lines of From One Small Yard, how to produce your own food, or, something like that, how to have a living yard or a biodynamic yard. I'm not really sure exact title, but it'll be something like that. And we're expecting the publication for that garden book to be somewhere around 2024, 2025 time period, somewhere around the fall of 24 or maybe early spring of 2025. So I encourage you to keep dropping in both to this channel and over on Amazon to see what's going on with the book productions that we have coming up in the future. Again, we're going to be producing a new video channel on several more video channels as time marches forward. But one of the next ones that we're going to be opening up is the gardening and the conscious home maintenance type of playlists. We're just developing them behind the scenes right now. So keep an eye out on those upcoming channels as well. Thanks for your question. I really appreciate it. I'm sure that many family member, many writers have elements of their family in their writing. I have been asked whether I'd be writing my own memoir, of my own experiences in memoir form. I don't see that as something that I'm going to be approaching. Um, Speaking about the past is not somewhere where I really want to go. The past was there, it happened. I've touched on it in the poetry book. I've done some healing with writing, and I'm moving forward now. It's not somewhere where I want to continue to live, and it's not something I want to continue to dredge up. There may be a time when my life when my thoughts on that might change. But at this point in my writing agenda, it's not something that I'm looking at doing my own personal memoir. So just to let you know, thank you very much for that question, Anonymous. I'm sorry I didn't catch your name, but I really appreciate the question. I think it was a very meaningful one. And yeah, I really appreciate that. Thank you for dropping into the Brummet Media channel, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up and all that jazz.